save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I got some packages. I got some packages, but first a little public service announcement from somebody that thinks that I may have a problem. I may have a little bit of a collecting problem. Now, listen, I questioned this with the children. I questioned this with the wife, and the question was, am I a hoarder? Now, I'm not really sure what the definition of hoarder means, but in my heart, listen. I collect toys, I collect CDs, and I collect movies. That's what I collect. That's all I collect is toys, CDs, and movies. So to me, that not make a hoarder. That doesn't make a hoarder. Okay, a hoarder. I watched the TV show Hoarders. Okay, when you watch Hoarders, the people can't walk in the house. They got like dead rats and kittens and stuff like that in the house or whatever. They're sitting on them and everything. Listen, it's some terrible stuff when it comes to, and I don't have that over here. There's no dead kittens. Okay, there's no. I don't have a bird that flew away like 3 years ago and I just found it underneath my couch. Okay, and it's dead. It's just bones or whatever. I don't have rats all over the place. I have a strange amount of Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, CDs, and toys. That's what I got, and it is kind of surrounding me in a way that is a little bit out of control. Now, I will tell you something a little strange that happened to me the other night. Now, the other night, I was let me see if I can unstack these things over here so I can show you. So let's stack that over there, put that over there. I was on the hunt for these. I'm on a Johnny Cash kick, and I wanted to find the rest of my Johnny Cash albums. These are the American releases, okay? Because I have the Columbia releases, I got the Sun releases, and I wanted to get the my American releases, which I knew I already owned all of them, but I didn't know where I had them in the room. Now, this room is not that big, but the problem is that I have a CD collection over. So my room is set up in different compartments, different sections, okay? And I have like CDs that I don't really listen to because once I get a CD, this is how obsessed and strange this is. Once I get a CD, I automatically download it onto my. I don't even have an iPod anymore. I have several iPods, but I have this thing right here, which I showed you guys in another video, which is my Sony Walkman. Yes, the Sony Walkman, which could hold up to 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes of hard drive space. So I can put everything I have on physical media on this little contraption here. So you're probably asking, why, sir? Why are you still buying physical media? Because I still want to collect and hold my physical media. Let's say that something happens to that thing. Let's say that it burns out, the battery dies, I lose it, I drop it, I break it. Whatever the situation is, I'm going to lose all of my physical, the computer crashes, I'm going to lose all of my physical media. So I'm going to continue to collect my CDs. But I was looking for these Johnny Cash CDs. So I started off in the first corner, which is the corner over behind the camera. It's over there. And if you can see the corner over there, I'm going to try to summarize it for you. It's literally box set after box set after box set stacked, okay? And then I got all my Disney / kids movies and everything like that. So I started over there because I was like, okay, if I already downloaded these things, Johnny Cash is somebody that I probably wouldn't just go grab the CDs for no apparent reason whatsoever unless I was collecting them. And at the time, I was not collecting them fully as much as I am now. Now I want to get everything that he has. Only because I started watching, I watched Walk the Line about 3 weeks ago, and I just loved it. I loved it. I seen it before, but let me just tell you that Joaquin Phoenix's version of Johnny Cash is just amazing. And I wanted to make sure I had every single thing that Johnny Cash released. So I bought the box sets, I bought the thing, but I could not find these things. So I clear out the whole area. I started at like 11 o'clock at night. By around 2 o'clock at night, I finally get to the CDs in the corner. Not there. I'm like, okay. Next place it could possibly be is in the corner over here, which I have like all of my rap CDs and my like Cheap Tricks and like the Roxy, Led Zeppelins and stuff like that. I got them all in that section over there. The one, let's just call it people that I listen to sometimes. But the other thing is they're all downloaded already on my Walkman anyway, and on my iPod, so I really don't have to get to them anyway. But I wanted these physical. I wanted to look at them. I wanted to put them all together. I wanted all the Johnny Cash CDs together. So I'm in the corner over there, and because I'm a little bit bigger than I used to be, I guess when I started that corner, I'm knocking everything down, trying to get to what I need to get to. I'm knocking it down. Things are falling down on top of my head. And literally, there was like 2 instances throughout this whole thing. Now, I started this little journey at around 11, 12-ish at night or whatever. And I finished at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was still digging. My wife even got me one of those claw things there so I could reach things way up high because you can't fit a stool over there or a ladder or whatever. And I couldn't reach the discs up high. But finally, I find them and they're on the top shelf. And now it's like the claw machine. I'm trying to get the individual discs, the individual CDs out using this claw thing on a hook. It's like a stick thing with a claw. It's over there. I don't feel like getting it. Just tell you, it's a ridiculous thing that I ended up getting given to us, and it's become a very useful ridiculous thing. So as as unloading this stuff, the stuff starts falling like from the sky, like onto my. I'm in a corner, and there's DVDs, CDs, 4Ks, Blu-rays falling from every direction because I'm banging into different things trying. And at one point, I was like, I'm gonna die. I am gonna die buried in my collection. And it was right at that point where I realized that maybe I may be a little excessive with my collecting. There may be a little bit excessiveness on my collecting. On top of that, and this is kind of a funny story, or maybe not a funny story, or maybe an odd story, maybe not a good story. Approximately 17 years ago, yes, about 17 years ago, this is a little parental advisory for you. I grew myself my very own marijuana plant in the backyard. And I grew it, and I was very proud of it. Okay, I took it in the house. I watered it, brought it back outside. This was a very special plant to me. And once it started changing and everything like that, I stripped the whole thing down and I hung all the stuff upside down. Listen, this was 17 years ago. This is not what's going on now in my life, okay? But this is like 17 years ago. I was working at the mill. I was miserable, and yes, there was some. So I was indulging a little bit, okay? And so I go to grab. Everything falls down, and there's a Fleetwood Mac box set on the ground. And I pick it up and I go to try to put the cover on. I'm like, I can't put the cover on. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I thought maybe the discs might have popped out or whatever, or there was a problem going on there. I lift open the cover, and there's a 16, 17-year-old bag of marijuana in my Fleetwood Mac box set. And I called the wife over. I said, yeah, you got to come in here. I said, there's a story. I got to tell you a story. I told the story like I just told you. I said, I'm in the corner. Things are falling down on my head. I said, I thought I was going to die. And she's like, that's because you're a hoarder. And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a hoarder. And then I call my daughter. I'm like, you feel like I'm... And I call my kids down so I could tell them the story. Now, I show them the bag, and it was like a pretty good-sized bag. And my son looked at me and goes, just shaking his head. He's just shaking his head at me. I'm like, listen, it was like 17 years ago, okay? It's been sitting in there for like 17 years, okay? I forgot about it. That's how long it's been sitting in there. But I thought I'd share that story with you. I just found it very very amusing. Okay, number one, that because if you guys are fans of TV series and stuff, there was actually an episode of Roseanne, okay? You Roseanne fans, you'll probably remember this episode. And this is what stuck in my head, is when Roseanne, I believe it was Roseanne and Jackie and Dan were cleaning out the basement. And Roseanne happens upon this old bag of marijuana, a bag of weed. And they decide they're going to smoke it, which I highly do not recommend. Okay, because I got to tell you, when I got this thing, we opened it. My wife's like, I said, open it up. I said, see if it still smells like marijuana. She opened it up, and she's like, yeah, it still smells like it. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's probably got mites in it and all kinds of. Let's just get rid of this thing. Let's throw it out. She goes, well, don't throw it on the fire outside, because then the whole neighborhood's gonna smell. I'm like, listen, the whole world smells like marijuana now anyway. So like, it's really gonna make a difference if I throw this on top of the fire outside. I said, I ain't gonna smoke it, and I want it out of the house now. I said, but it's just funny that 17 years ago, that's where I was at in my life. And now here I am teaching preschool and teaching kids what not to do and how to, like I tell my kids, I have been through so much in my life to, that there's got to be a reason for me to explain these things to them. Okay. Literally the job that I had 17 years ago, I was miserable. I was not only being I was going to see a counselor every morning. every Saturday morning, I would go see a counselor, and I was prescribed medication. But on top of that, I was self-medicating because I was just miserable. 17 years ago, I was a miserable human being. I mean, I might be a little miserable now, but I was even more miserable 17 years ago. 17 years ago, I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I was working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. I hated myself. I hated everybody around me. I hated everything. Okay, and that was my little escape. But obviously, I must have forgot about my little escape because it fell on my head the other day, which I think was just a kind of a little reminder. You know, sometimes you got to look at these things as where you were then and where you are now. Because that's the way I looked at it. I'm like, it got that bad where I'm hiding, bags of stuff in the room. To hide from the kids and hide from the wife and hide from this or whatever. It just made me realize that sometimes the guilt, you carry around a lot of guilt. 17 years ago, I was carrying a lot of guilt. It was like I was hiding. If anything you're doing where you're hiding, it's got to be wrong. If you're hiding doing something, it's got to be wrong. And at the time, I was hiding, and it had to be wrong. And I really believe it was a lesson thing that I needed to learn. Because I looked back at it now, I'm like, this is where I was then, and this is where I am now. Now I've gone from trying to self-medicate myself to bring a little bit of joy into my life to just being the natural me and trying to bring joy into children's lives. It's a big change from where I was 17 years ago. I will tell you that there was a lot that happened 17 years ago. 18 years ago. This was when I had the big blowout with my father. This is when there was, we had moved into our house and we were struck. My wife was out of work. There was so much stuff going on 17 years ago, and it just kind of, I had like it was a little floodgate that opened up when that box fell and I couldn't open it up, and I'm like, wow, I was messed up. I was a messed up human being back then. But with that said, I got a package. I got a package in the mail, and if you look at it, you will know. Doing much better now, by the way. Okay, I'm doing much better. And you people that smoke, I got to tell you, people that say that it's not an addictive drug, that's a complete lie. Okay, I got to tell you that and people that say it's a gateway drug, that's a lie too. Okay, I think that's a lie because I never went any further than that. And I will tell you that it was tough to quit. It was tough to stop. Okay, and I gotta tell you, every once in a while when I do smell it, I still get the craving. I still get the craving. So it's definitely a problem with the whole situation. So this came from Clocks and Riggs, and as you know, Clocks and Riggs is Scream Factory / Shout Factory, and I'm going to open it up and see what it is, because if I don't open it, see what it is, I can't put it away. And I want to get rid of this big box, because for some reason they sent me the big box, which leads me to believe that there's going to be a poster in here. There's a poster that I'm never going to hang. It's never going to see the light of day. I'm never even going to open it. And let's take the poster out first. Is there only one item in here? Only one item in here. We have the poster. I'm not going to show you the poster. If not, then I can't show you the disc. Box is empty. That over there. And it is the Blu-ray collector's edition of probably one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Or suspense, or thriller horror comedy, suspense, something or other. Okay, let me just say it was a great movie. And it is The Orphan. Got to be one of my favorite horror movies. I just absolutely adore it. I think. I mean, is it horror though? Is it really horror? I mean, it's. I don't want to give too much away, but it's about this little girl that gets adopted and pretty much wants to take the place of the other little girls, little boys, children that these people have. But she's got a secret. She got a little secret. And I don't want to give away the secret. If you haven't seen The Orphan, I recommend it highly. It's a great movie. Not a kid's movie. Definitely not. It's rated R. And Scream Factory gave us some special features. Let me spit them out of there at you. We got a new 2024 2K scan of the Interpositive. We have Mama's Little Devils, Bad Seeds, and Evil Kids featurette. We got deleted scenes, alternate ending. And we have a still gallery and a theatrical trailer. I do own The Orphan twice, multiple times. I got it on DVD and on original Blu-ray, but this was the Blu-ray collector's edition. What makes this the collector's edition, I'm not really sure, though, because after reading the special features on the back, I'm pretty sure the special features that are on the back of this are on the original Blu-ray release. So is what's special about this is the new cover art? Is it the is that what it is? Is it the poster? Is that the special? The bottom line is, I think I would have bought this no matter what, because I just love the movie that much. I got such a thing for killer dolls or killer children or killer. Maybe it's due to the fact that I work with children, that every once in a while I like to watch killer dolls or killer children. Okay, it's just fun. It's fun. I mean, I don't want my kids to have a plot on me or whatever. I don't want to be taken out by a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old anytime soon. But this little girl wasn't 5 or 4, I don't think, during this movie. But if you haven't seen The Orphan, it's definitely a must see. I do. I got one other package here from Eric Macaroon from Delbrint Wisconsin, from Wisconsin, Transylvania. That's where this guy is. I got a sharp knife. This thing's not cutting like butter. Cutting like I don't know what. Cutting the cheese. And it is a copy, an out-of-print copy of the 80s classic, 1983 to be exact, of My Tutor. I have this in like I think it's like a 4-pack. It's like a DVD Friday night special. I think it's like My Tutor and Tomboy and Malibu something. And there's four different titles on the same thing. One of them has Johnny Depp in it. But I recall this being, I felt like this needed a standalone. This was put out by Scorpion Films, which Scorpion Films, it's just a Scorpion release. Scorpion is, I don't think, any longer in business. So this is definitely out of print. Let me just see, I will tell you, this is a little pricey, and I did pay a little bit for it. So it's very, very important that I check to make sure that this is not a bootleg. Which it is silver. It is not goldish or brownish. So this is an authentic release. Also says Scorpion on the plastic there. We have a alternative, which I can't show you the inside because it has a little risque stuff on it. Alternative cover on the inside. So that's always a good sign, because usually the bootleggers don't go through that much trouble to give you the other part of it. Yeah. We got some special features here. Watch in Antoinette's Sweet Dreams show filled with facts and trivia, or watch the film only. Brand new 16:9 anamorphic master in HD for the original camera negatives, original trailer, and isolated meat track. I don't know what a meat track is, but it's isolated, and that's I guess that's good. With that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. Listen, next time I'm cleaning around here and I happen upon stuff, I hope it's not anything that's gonna give me flashbacks of a terrible time in my life, which is pretty much what that did. I was just shocked and amazed. I was in awe, because I'm like, this thing like 16, 17 years old, and my wife was like, you're just an idiot. You're a total idiot. She goes, ain't got anything else hidden around here? I'm like, listen, no, there ain't nothing else hidden around here that I'm aware of. Okay, that I am aware of. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not aware of it. Okay, I did not remember putting that there. I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I purchased it from a eBay seller that put it in there himself. I don't know. I'm starting to second guess myself. I'm starting to second guess whether it was me or was not me. I don't know. I do not know. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. You should have saved me some.